What's good, everybody? I'm super hyped to talk about the massive Jellicent buffs in this hack. Jellicent's a really cool Pokemon, super underrated in my opinion, so I gave it some massive buffs. As always in a hack like this, everything is very strong, and so having crazy, bulky Pokemon like this might seem a little bit too much, but trust me, with the high power levels and the high base power moves in this hack, you're gonna need bulky stuff like this to be able to handle some of that. The thing is, it's in-game stuff, so you can easily plan around things with your you have access to a lot of different tools. For example, you have access to an infinite usability capsule, and you can use that to switch from Regenerator to Sinister. Regenerator logically is very fitting for Jellicent, I think. He's a jellyfish, and I'm almost 100% positive that they have regenerative abilities. And he also learned to move recover, which is like kind of alluding to the fact that he has like regeneration abilities. So Regenerator, very cool defensive ability. And then you have Sinister to switch between, because you're going to be using Regenerator probably 80% of the time. But that 20% of the time, when you see a very strong fairy type Pokemon in front of you on the AI, on the team sheets, on the Google Doc, eventually when I get to that, you're going to be like, oh shit, this fairy type thing kind of shits on my entire team, and I don't have a way to deal with it right now. Especially if you're doing a team locked in Nuzlocke, having that immunity is very, very useful. Taking, even if it's like a non-stab dazzling gleam, taking 0% is still better than taking 20% in some cases. Of course, you're probably going to rather want Regenerator in that case, but I was just being hyperbolic to show the fact that Sinister, despite the fact that you're not weak to Fairy, doesn't make it a bad ability. And logically, Sinister also fits very well, talking about, how they drag people into the seafloor and all this stuff. So fishermen are terrified of Jellicent. It's rumored to drag them into the sea and steal their lives away and all this crazy stuff. So that's why Sinister fits. Same with like Cofagrigus and other ghost type Pokemon. It's mostly just ghost and dark types that have the ability Sinister. So that's great. And also, yeah, if you are new here and you don't know what that does, that makes you immune to fairy type moves. In general, if you are not familiar with this hack and you're new here, welcome, first of all. Second of all, even if you are familiar with this hack and you have not done so yet, if you're just watching the videos to get the information on what the moves do, trust me, it's a lot easier to just check out the Google Sheet below. It's very detailed. It's very easy to navigate. There's a bunch of different tabs, and you can easily just search every single move, because I have given 600 plus moves, buffs, or changes in this hack. So everything works way differently than it used to. But with that being said, and you can check out what those do in the description, because I don't have time to get into every one in this video. But big moves that you have are stuff like Strength Sap later on. Earlier you have Recover instead of Strength Sap, and you also have Soul Absorb to heal yourself. Soul Absorb is great. That is Nightshade, but it heals you by full H, the amount of damage you deal. So for example, if you're level 50, you'll deal 50 HP and you'll heal 50 HP back. That's great on Pokemon who aren't running any offensive investment. Jellicent is pretty strong and then has a giant base HP of 120. Reason being, by the way, Jellicent is massive. He's 7'3" and he's super wide too. So not only is he very tall, he's also very wide. He's a giant ball of just water, and then he's 300 pounds, which is huge considering he's like all water. So he's a giant Pokemon. And also his model in 3D, I'm pretty sure is like giant as well. I remember seeing it in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. It's giant. So big HP stat, 120. HP stats are based a lot more on size in this hack. So that's really nice for Jellicent. And then, of course, just overall, his bulk is much better. 120, 80, 135 is like beautiful bulk, especially when it's bolstered by Strength Stat, dropping the opponent's attack stat, as well as Parting Shot with Regenerator, which is beautiful. Will-O-Wisp, 90% accurate. That's great with Regenerator. You can just really, he's just a beautiful Pokemon with beautiful resistances as well. If you go to the resistances, you're resistant to fire, water, ice, poison, and steel, and you're no longer resistant to bug in this hack. Ghost doesn't resist bug anymore. Same goes for fighting and fairy, but you are immune to fairy when you use the ability Sinister. So you're immune to fairy, normal, and fighting. And of course, you did lose water absorb, but I mean, I would rather be immune to fairy than water on Jellicent. So not that water absorb is bad or anything, but yeah. Man, this is so awesome. I really like Jellicent, and this Regenerator at the 120 HP is incredible. But death-wise, he's taking like no damage from hits. Physically, you're going to need investment, although with that base HP, you're going to be taking hits really well. Of course, with the debuffing moves. Regen Parting Shot, like I said, is great. Acid Armor gives you +3 defense. Toxic is less distributed. It's all poison types, and then a bunch of other random Pokemon get it. It fits Jellicent in my opinion. He's like this jellyfish type guy. I think having Toxic fits. Same with T-Spikes. And a bunch of other useful stuff. Great coverage moves: Aura Sphere, Ice Beam, Energy Ball, Sludge Bomb, Sludge Wave, Thunder, Blizzard, Focus Blast, Charge Beam, Signal Beam, Giga Drain. He's got everything you could ever want. Jellicent also really appreciates the fact that Ominous Wind and Water Pulse are both stab moves that are reteachable via TM and drop the opponent's attack and special attack stats by 1. That's great to just deal with offensive stuff, excuse me. Conjure is really nice, and Calm Mind and Nasty Plot, but especially Conjure because it gives you +1 defense and +1 special attack. Z Spectrify gives you +1 to all your stats and turns or adds the ghost typing to the opponent's type, so that could be pretty situationally really useful because you become extremely tanky, and the opponent becomes weak to ghost ideally, or at least neutral to ghost if they were resistant before, or they're still immune if they're part normal. But yeah, Trick Room was great late game. Obviously, that's a very late game option, but that's really cool. You can even use Trick Room plus Parting Shot plus Regenerator. That's huge. Or you can honestly just abuse the Trick Room yourself because you have a low enough speed stat and you are very strong. That's another thing I haven't mentioned yet. It is not only is it really bulky, it's also a strong Pokemon. 110 base special attack is very good with Water and Ghost dual stab, and the move pool that Jellicent has access to. Like I said, Sinister is great, especially for the physical fairy moves, which are much stronger now. You know, a very strong Play Rough is still gonna do a shitload of damage to you, so being completely immune to that can be really good. It is situational compared to Regenerator, which is why you have that infinite usability capsule to switch to Sinister when needed. Frillish is great up until level 35, great, 60, 60, 120, 90 special attack. And then obviously that 60, 60 HP and defense is bolstered by a Violite. By the time you get to Olivia, for example, you'll have a Violite for Frillish, which makes it really great. So Frillish also appreciates having that lower base HP to make something like Soul Absorb heal you more, because that's just how having lower HP works. So that's great. Z-Soak would be really cool for like Totem Marowak, or Soak in general, not just Z-Soak, but Soak with like Giga Drain or Mega Drain. Mega Drain is actually situationally better than Giga Drain now because it heals 75%, 60 base power. Siphon is Bug-type Draining Kiss. You've got all kinds of other fun stuff that you can tool around with. Hydro Cannon and Spectral Beam are two big nukes, 150 base power moves that drop your special attack stat by 2. Those are both stab. Whirlpool's great. That gives that traps them for 12 turns, which in game is not that great because it's great because of the residual damage, but the trapping effect doesn't really matter because the AI doesn't know how to switch out in most cases without using Parting Shot, U-Turn, or Volt Switch, which are very common, so they'll be using those often. But you know, the raw hard switch out is not going to happen every battle. It's not going to happen very often. So the Whirlpool is more for just that residual damage with like Toxic Whirlpool and stuff, and you can run like a fully bulky set. But in competitive, that would be disgusting. But another, you know, I guess I'll leave the video off by saying this: that these changes are not at all balanced for competitive play. All of these changes would be absolutely uncompetitive as hell. But regardless, this is all balanced to in-game stuff with, it's almost like Draft League in a way where you're preparing to fight against it, and you're of course fighting against AI, which is very predictable. That doesn't mean the game will be easy, because it won't be. It won't be super hard either. It won't be like Emerald Kaiser or any of those hacks, which I'm not a fan of personally. It'll be a more fair and rewarding hack where you have to use your brain to win fights, but you can also use whatever Pokemon you want to get to that ends, if that makes sense. You don't have to go catch specific mons to beat specific fights. It's balanced for Nuzlocke especially. So yeah, that's about it. Sorry, I'm getting very off topic. Point is, Jellicent's great. Awesome bulk, awesome move pool, awesome abilities. Yeah, that regen Parting Shot is huge. He's just a great bulky offensive pivot. He can do everything. Great typing. Awesome Pokemon. I am gushing too much. I think that's my sign to end the video off. So if you did listen this far into the video, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And I'll be back for more Pokemon coming up. Make sure you subscribe if you listen this far in and you're not subscribed yet. And I'll be back for more. Peace, everybody.